Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial, which will also be a last tutorial for us. Now what we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to take a look at a ransomware that is coded in the Python. Now the reason why we are not coding our own ransomware is because there really is no point. We're only looking at this one out of the educational purposes, just to see how it looks like and how we can actually implement it somewhere if we actually wanted to. But once again, there is no reason to do that. I cannot think of an actual possible legit reasons or legal reason to use ransomware anywhere. We are only taking a look at it out of the educational purposes. So this one is actually called Python. You can get it on the, let me just see the Python. You can get it on the actual GitHub repository, so it was coded by someone else. And this is just the tool that they came up with. So you can see that right here we have three different tools, I believe. One of them is the ransomserver.py. One of them is the second one is the ransompayload.py, and the third one is the decryption tool.py. Now we can take a guess at what each one of them do, but first of all, let us take a look at the ransom payload, since that is the actual program that will get delivered to the target machine. So ransom payload, ransomware payload.py, and this is the actual program. Now once again, this is not the program that I coded, this is the program downloaded from the actual GitHub repository, so we can see. Let us go line by line and see what this does. So first of all, it creates a socket object, it performs a connection to a specific IP address, which it's for sure going to be the IP address of the actual server part of this code. Then we have a few strings right here, such as hello and exit, or pardon me, enter and exit string. We first of all send the enter string, as we can see right here. We print the receiving, so I believe that the server will actually send something back, and the server will also send the key, which we will use in order to encrypt. As we can see, sock.receive, and we are receiving the key. The key is then being printed out, and then we're sending the sock.send, exit, and then I believe they will close the connection, as here sock.close is performed. I believe same will be performed in the server side of the code as well. Now we can see that here we also have a file encrypting function, basically, that says don't touch anything. I believe this is a function that will encrypt everything except the actual payload or ransomware itself, as we can see right here. If name equals, or if name is not equal to the ransomware.py, then you open any file, read its data, you create this key, and then basically you encrypt the file and name and add it .encrypted to that file extension. Then we can see with open encrypted file, write bytes this file, and then you write the encrypted content of that specific file. And then you remove the file itself so that there really isn't a copy of that file there. Let me just see, then we get the accept error, which says not permitted, so this will be for all the files that the user doesn't have, or that this program doesn't have access to, which in case this is running as a user, it will not encrypt any files that are, for example, system files and something like that. Now, before I actually finish this, let me just tell you that this program is not something you should run on your own PC. I didn't try it out. I'm not really sure what exactly it will do. I mean, I have a guess it will encrypt all your files, but if you already want to test this, you can test it on a simple virtual machine and see how it will work there. Now that we got it out of the way, let us see what this file is the function will do right here. So we can see in a list, we have different extensions for files. Most of them are right here. And basically what I'm guessing is that this will search through all the actual, it will search through the C drive for these types of files. And if it finds it, then it will encrypt those files. As we can see, it is calling this function file encrypt. I believe N is missing right here. And here is the function that we already passed. The first function that is called is this file is function, as it says executing the ransomware, and then you change the actual directory to the desktop. Not really sure why. And this part right here is something that really isn't needed, so we can actually hash this, I believe. Or let's just leave it there, doesn't even matter. it is something that isn't really part of this code, I believe. So that is the part of the actual payload. It is rather simple. As we can see, we are receiving some messages from the server, which we'll take a look at right now. And then we simply just encrypt every actual file that is with the extension in this list. So let us take a look at the actual server. So nano ransom underscore server.py. Okay, so we can see some cryptography library is being imported right here. The salt value is also being added in the key generation, as we can see right here. Some algorithms, they use the SHA-256. We can see length 32. Salt is equal to the specified salt in this variable right here. And the number of iterations is, let's just say, a lot. So we can see this is really well encoded. So there is not really an actual way for the target to decrypt those files without knowing the actual key. You can see some of the actual messages being exchanged with the target and the server. As we can see, we are receiving those two messages such as enter and exit from our payload, and then we are closing the connections once the encryption has started on the target system. Down here it is just a while true loop that will perform the actual connection with the target itself. So nothing really too hard right here, except this part. It might be new to you. It is basically the creation of this actual key, and the decryption tool, which is the last thing that we are going to look at, is the decryption tool. Is this basically, I believe this program will just decrypt all of your files. Let me just see, input enter your key file location, so it will search for the key into in order to be able to decrypt. You can see key file.read, file.close, import OS, my list, and then it will just print, or it will just use this decrypt function. Let me just see where it is called. Okay, so here is the decrypt function, and this will just basically use that key that we specified in the server itself to decrypt all of these actual files, and it will add an extension .decrypted. So that is my guess on what this program will do. As I said before, I haven't really tested it. So this is just a simple look at the actual ransomware. When with this we are actually concluding our entire course. So it is a rather beginner course, but we also took a look at some of the advanced topics, such as coding the advanced backdoor, coding the keyloggers, coding the brute forcers, and so on and so on. So basically there is something for everyone in this course. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you will learn something from this and that it actually helped you with your further career. If you want to pursue penetration testing or ethical hacking or just Python in general, this actual little course can help you do that. So thank you for sticking till the end in this course with me. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to have a great day. Take care. Bye.